Hey guys, Kenny here. I'm here to review the science fiction thriller, mystery, uh, techno as well, source code, and this basically has to do with Jake Gyllenhaal playing Captain Coulter Stevens, and he goes in between from being in this little module to this train and trying to stop this train from blowing up, and he has 8 minutes to do that, and he goes back and forth, uh, learning more and more as he goes. And then there's this girl played by Michelle Monaghan or Monaghan, and she's this girl who when Coulter is in this man's body, his name is uh, Sean Fentress, and she sees Coulter as Sean Fentress, and they Coulter doesn't know her, oh, Christina Warren, but the more he goes back uh, to the train, the more he starts developing feelings for her, and he wants to not only stop the train from blowing up, but he also wants to continue her. Uh, he also wants to have her to be alive in that alternate uh, universe that they supposedly are in, and it's a very mind bending. Yeah, almost. It's one of those thrillers that you have to really pay attention to. It's not. It's not incredibly deep. Like it won't change your life, but it's one of those thrillers that another one that you have to think and pay attention to, or you'll lose a lot of the clues that are being given to you. Uh, and uh, and it's also an interesting story because Coulter, in as we see him, he's like in this module and going, and the module he's it's like he's half dead and half alive. I don't want to give too much away, and it's very interesting. Um, I can't think of much else to say about source code, but I highly recommend this. It's thought provoking, timely, thrilling, and it has quite a bit of action, but it's uh, sprinkled in here and there. It's not really an action movie. It's more of a thriller and a mystery that you have to think and pay attention to. And if you really like those kind of movies and are into them, I think you'll really enjoy this. But for some people, they're going back and forth from that little module thing that he's in to the train, it might get a little redundant. But me, I find it actually refreshing because the more he goes back and forth, the more he learns about what's going on the train, and it gets closer and closer to finding the person who blew up the train, and what made him have to start going on this mission. And then when he's in the module, he starts learning more and more things about who he is in that thing, because it's like he's not really there. We see him, but it's like the people that he talks to, they don't, they're he's not really alive, and he gets to actually learn more about himself and we learn more about him as well. That he's a very honorable, good-hearted, and decent man. One of the few, and he's really wanting to try and save the people on the train, along with Christina Warren, and she has quite a bit to do with the story because she's also kind of giving him clues on what's going on the train. So I really, really did dig this movie. Um, it could be a little confusing to people, like on the first viewing. I might see it a second time, but I, in a really, I did understand it the first time I saw it. It's not incredibly, um, it's not incredibly out there, but for I guess people who don't really have higher thinking, it might be a little too, it might be a little above your head. But me or people that that are really intelligent, we get it. I get it. Like people with a high IQ, but it's very very entertaining. Uh, it's a great mystery, and it it flows well. I really did like the flow of it, and the music was also another fantastic part of it. And the computer generated imagery in it. I know there was, I know it had some, but it's it's the movie's so well done that it's hard to notice where the CGI is. And I really did like the matte paintings that were in it. Uh, so it really everything about this movie was really really well done, and I highly recommend this. So stay cool and roll out to the movies. Bye.